Hello everyone, my name is Lowko, and welcome back to the World of Warcraft. I've made my way back towards Orgrimmar on my level 55 Blood Elf Mage. That means that we are currently only 5 levels from hitting level 60. Now at level 60, I'm going to be boosting this character to level 100, so we're going to be ready for the World of Warcraft Legion expansion, which is going to be coming out in just a couple of weeks. But first things first, we're going to have to level up a little bit more, and that means that I'm going to actually head towards the auction house first, as the auction house will be the way that I will be making the majority of my money. For those of you unaware, basically the auction house is a place of trading. You can go ahead and trade stuff with other players for gold, right? And everyone can post stuff on here. The auction house themselves take a cut as well, just like in real life. But the idea is that you can sell whatever you want as well as buy whatever you want. Now the fact of the matter is that I have always made the majority of my in-game gold using the auction house. And as you can see, also today, a whole bunch of stuff has indeed sold. And while I'm definitely not the richest person on this server yet, I mean, I say yet, but I probably never will be. But while I'm definitely not even remotely the richest person on this server yet, we are doing rather well. We've got currently 9,000 gold. Now, I know a lot of that has been given to you, or to me, by you guys. Some of you have been extremely generous by sending me over a bunch of gold. But the reason why I'm telling you this is that at level 60, and the reason why I'm leveling up to level 60 first, if you boost up a character to 100 at that point, you will be able to choose the professions that you want to be playing with as well. And the professions in the game are very, very important to choose. Now, for those of you unaware, indeed, you do level up your professions. So you start off at level 1, you can only craft a couple of things. And at level 700, which I believe is currently the highest level, and I think that will be going up as well in Legion, you will be able to craft higher quality recipes. And the nice thing is, if you boost a character from 60 to 100, you will indeed get those professions for free. You will just be able to get those professions to the max level for absolutely nothing, which is extremely helpful and will save a lot of gold. Now with that, I need to make a decision of which ones I actually want to be picking. And the one that I always have really enjoyed are actually mining as well as jewel crafting. Now, mining is gonna be great in the beginning of a season, or of a new expansion rather. I can go ahead and become an apprentice miner right here, but I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to be competing again. I've always had mining at the beginning of every single expansion, and I've never really, you know, I've always liked it, but I've done it a little bit too much. Jewel crafting, however, jewel crafting is amazing. I am gonna go ahead and pick up jewel crafting right now. Which is going to be my very, very first profession on this character. You may only know 2 professions at one given time. Would you like to learn jewel crafting as your first one? Most definitely. So I'm going to be getting a couple of recipes right now, but I'm really not going to be spending any time and gold or whatever to level up this profession, as I know it's going to be something that will be boosted up very, very shortly. And with that, I need to go ahead and choose my second one. Now, as far as the professions go in World of Warcraft, you have primary ones as well as secondary ones. Obviously, we got the primary ones such as jewel crafting right now, of which I can only have 2, and there's also secondary ones of which I can have all 3. Now, I need to make a decision right now what second profession I want to be using in the expansion of Legion on this character. That's kind of a, you know, it's something you obviously can change out. You can change out, but it's going to cost you a lot of time and a lot of gold as well. And I may very well change it out if it turns out to be better at some point. But since I'm going to be boosting up for free, right? I'm going to be getting level 700, I believe, for absolutely nothing. I need to make a decision of what I want to be getting. So I've been thinking about getting enchanting. Possibly also want to be going for inscribing, which is going to be very, very helpful. And I also might want to go for tailoring, but I'm not entirely sure which one to pick. Now, the reason why I showed you the auction house earlier is because that is the way that I prefer making money. I like trying to, you know, min-max my earnings and whatnot, and I could definitely do a lot of math and try and figure out which are going to be the best financially speaking, right, in World of Warcraft financially speaking options. But if you guys have any recommendations of what I should pick up besides jewel crafting, let me know down below the like button in the comment section below, because in the next video, I need to have made a choice. I need to, you know, make sure that I choose the right one, because otherwise I am gonna be in a mess. Now, apparently Baby Winston is having some issues, but please let me know which ones you think are gonna be most helpful. I know the tailoring, right? So for anyone unaware, tailoring is the thing where you start making cloth. You know, cloth gear and some other things as well, but tailoring is really gonna be very good at the beginning of the expansion, But if I'm thinking more long-term, right, I think enchanting might be better, as that basically allows you to provide buffs when people will start raiding. But that's gonna take a little bit longer before that really will start happening, you know? There's always gonna be a little bit of downtime in between the expansion releasing and then the very first raids being available. So there's gonna be a little bit of downtime, and I think Jewelcrafting and you know, enchanting are gonna be superb to get to that point. I think those are gonna be extremely good for when raiding starts to make a lot of money off of. But once again, if you've got any recommendations, definitely do let me know. Now, just to make sure, I don't think I will be getting those professions for free, but just to make sure, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all of these secondary professions as well. So this is going to be fishing, and then we also have cooking right over here, which will hopefully be useful. I'll just go ahead and train whatever I need. Then we also will become an apprentice's archaeologist, which should hopefully also be rather helpful. Although apparently, wait, what? I can purchase all the further leveling as well. Alrighty, that's still kind of pointless because I'm 1 out of 375. And last but not least, we'll also go ahead and pick up first aid. Well, I say not least, I'm not gonna lie. As a mage, you won't really need too much first aid, as I can just conjure my own food. Anyhow, if I'm not mistaken, we have picked up all of the professions that we can get right now. As you can see, this nice little setup is going to be ready to go. If I'm not mistaken though, we're only going to be getting first aid boosted up for free, and the other ones, I'm afraid we will have to do those ourselves. Anyhow, I've made my way towards the command board, as there's still 5 levels that need to be done before we can indeed boost up. All able-bodied members of the Horde are hereby ordered to report to Windcaller Proudhorn at the Cenarion Hold. You are to aid our Cenarion allies in their battle to turn back Twilight's hammer. Cho'Gall's minions must not be allowed to dominate Silithus. You can reach Silithus by taking the northwestern road out of the Ungoro crater. Destiny calls. Alrighty. And lucky for me, I still have my Hearthstone over at the Marshal stand in the Ungoro crater. Now, apparently there is a road to the northwest of the Ungoro crater. I'm not entirely sure where that's actually going to be. I mean, I've been walking around this zone for quite a little bit already. There's a lot of dinosaurs and a lot of, like, you know, pretty green forests and whatnot, but I haven't seen a road leading out of this area. There seems to be somewhat of a path right here, although no, I think I actually lost track of it, but the northwest of the zone is going to be right over here. Is that a path actually right there off in the distance? Leading out of the zone? That could very well be the case. Nice. It most definitely is. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, we gotta get to a zone called Silithus. Now, if I'm not mistaken, or Silithus? Silithus, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I've never actually leveled there before, and I can't... Normally whenever I think of a zone, right, I get sort of like a mental picture of what it sort of looks like, so I remember the dinosaurs and the green lush forest and all that, of the Ungoro crater. But I don't know anything about Silithus. I actually don't know. I wonder if I've ever even leveled in that zone or done anything in that zone whatsoever. So I'm actually kind of excited about this to figure out what it's going to be all about. Maybe I'm mistaken though, and I have been here before, but it looks like on top of this hill, we will be able to catch a glimpse of what it looks like. And it looks like a bit of a stony, mountainy type place. Now, I'm hoping that this is not going to be an alliance place for the moment. No, it looks like we're going to be fine. We gotta do a little bit more traveling though before we make our way towards the, you know, the quest objective. Now, I definitely have been here before in the past because I got the Explorer title on my main character, right? But I don't actually remember any of this. I mean, I should have remembered at the very least those like swarms of tornadoes and whatnot, right? Not gonna lie though, this is definitely a pretty awesome zone as well. I wonder what kind of quests we're gonna be getting here. It seems like most of this place is going to be infested. Anyway, am I getting nearby? Yeah, I definitely am. It looks like that little, I don't know, like that kind of little shed off there in the distance is going to be the place that we need to hang out at. I know this is probably one of the original zones from World of Warcraft Vanilla. I didn't play back in Vanilla as I was busy playing RuneScape, but I don't think I've seen this before. Anyhow, let's go ahead and first and foremost set our Hearthstone right here at Kalandrath, who is going to be the innkeeper. Oh, you poor thing. You're covered head to toe in sand. Please feel free to rest and rejuvenate yourself here at this beautiful oasis. Alright, well, I don't actually want to see your wares. Sorry. I really couldn't care less. Yeah, I want to go ahead and make this in my home. That's pretty great. Anyway, Apparently there's a bunch of night elves hanging out over here, as well as a bunch of torrents, so that's always good. Welcome to the Cenarian Hold, she says. Cenarian Hold is a location of utmost strategic importance. I'm convinced that while we hold it, our victory over the Silithid is guaranteed, provided our influx supplies can be maintained, that is. Desert worms have proven to be more of a threat to our supply caravans than even the Silithid themselves. Just this morning, a large shipment of Moro grain has was ravaged by a group of dredge strikers. I need you to thin their numbers to ensure our supplies aren't jeopardized. Well, I can most definitely do that. And then there's also apparently a wanted death clasp, Terror of the Sense notice board right here. The terrible Scorpion Death Clasp is believed to be to have retreated to the southern mountain range in the presence of increased Silithid activity. She presents a great threat to the patrols and expeditions in the southern regions. Individuals participating in her destructions will be remunerated handsomely. Inquire with Captain Vishko Zus at the top of the Cenarian Hold watchtower regarding a reward. Alrighty, I can definitely do that. And then there's also a whole bunch of other quests that we can indeed go ahead and accept. But I think there's another one that may very well be up this staircase. I mean, there's another exclamation point right here. Yeah, there we go. Beatix Figglesprag. Hey, we got a goblin here? Beatix Figglesprag at your service. My cousin Nogo makes a living gathering rare herbs for Cenarian Hold alchemists, or used to anyway. He came back from his last trip with a strong poison running through his veins. I've managed to slow down the venom, but to fully neutralize it, I need a poison sample from whatever stung him. Nogo arrived from the north, so I bet my short stone-ledge scorpions or sand skitters did it. Bring me some stingers and fangs, and I'll try to make an antidote for him. Oh, there he is. I didn't actually see him here at first. I'm sorry, buddy. Who are you? Where am I? I feel so weak. Oh, alrighty. That's okay. I'll go ahead and check that out as well, but first and foremost, I'm gonna have to make sure that I accept every single quest that is available here, and it looks like there's actually quite a couple. Dang. Alright. Whom Whitemane, what's going on? The Twilight Hammer, an insane cult bent on destruction, set up camps in Silithus and performs rituals day and night. We do not yet know their plans, but we do think they are somehow linked to the pulsing red crystals spread across the desert. Although their mystery may one day be solved, we must first deal with their immediate threat. Go to their camps to the west and seek out the Twilight Geolords. They are the heads of these serpents. That is where we must strike. Alright, I can do that. And then we also got Boar Wildmane. Some of the Twilight's Hammer's cultists carry around little papers with gibberish written on them. I want you to bring me a stack of them, mage. I can't figure out what the gibberish means, but that is not the point. These papers are now, or how their different groups communicate secretly. The more text we can get out of the circulation, the less they can communicate. Alrighty. Then we also have Scout Bloodthirst over here. You must be one of General Kirka's new recruits. It's about time you showed up. Bodies wear down quick in the desert. The dwarves have been getting reinforcements daily, and we can't afford to lose grounds in our struggles for resources in Silithus. Get your instructions from the general. It is not my job to train you. Just find you. Alrighty. And then last but not least, we'll go ahead and grab the flight point here as well because we can. Now, there is a white exclamation point on the minimap too. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Oh. Okrillon Mage. A venerable Warmatron, Okrilla, has sent me to the far reaches of the world in search of suitable heroes that would join our cause. Are you interested in strengthening the Horde grasp over the Eastern Kingdoms? Then take this portal to the Blasted Lands and report to Okrilla. I don't want to do that. I don't want to take a portal to the Blasted Lands. That's all the way over here somewhere, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's... I don't know exactly where it is, but it's... Oh, there it is, right here in the bottom right corner. I don't want to go there, dude. I want to hang out over here. Now, while I've got a lot of quest objectives right here in the northern and central part of the zone, I just want to head real quickly over towards General Kirka. Who may be giving me another objective. Oh man, I didn't mean to aggro any of you guys, but he may be giving me another objective as well to see, you know, what exactly is going on here. It's actually kind of funny. The main server that I used to play on when I first started playing WoW was a server called Twilight Hammer, on a European server as well. That is where right now it's like an abandoned server, if I'm not mistaken, or at the very least it's pretty Horde dominant. I had my main character over there for years, and it used to be like a 50-50 split, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, the server was called Twilight's Hammer, and I never actually quite understood what the reference was. I guess we will learn. What are you doing here, little rock stalker? You really think you want to mess with me and my travel companions? I'm sorry about that. Anyway, General, what's going on? It's good that you're here, but there's no time to waste making small talk. You need instructions. Listen up. Alright, for some time now, we've been tapping the crystal's resources of the Silithus Desert. The only danger we faced were from the creatures that made their place their home and their oppressive sand and dust and heat. But now the Alliance seems to have caught on to what we have found here. It is now a race between us to capture the natural resources and keep them from the other. I need every set of hands that is available. I hope that I have yours. Alrighty. Wait. What do I need to do? What do you want me to do, General? Find and deliver Silithus to Silithus Extractor, then oh, alright. I'm gonna have to do some other things here, apparently. Alrighty, so first and foremost, we'll have to take out a bunch of these Twilight Hammer guys. We're right now at their base camp, and I need to loot a bunch of the papers, as well as, I believe, just simply thin their numbers. Now, it looks like I'm not the only one that has the objective to do so, because, well, hey, there's a level question mark human hunter over there. Don't really want to take him out, but I can definitely go ahead and go after these orcs here. Actually kind of nice. There's a lot of people questing over in this little tiny zone, and we're all competing for the same mobs here. But instead we've decided to group up. So as you can see, we're actually in a full party right now of total strangers. That's one of the things I love so much about World of Warcraft. Sometimes you get across these douchebags, right, dude, who just simply don't want to group up ever. But then every now and then you come into a group of people that are just trying to hang out, just trying to do the same, you know, the same set of quests, and you just, you know, happen to make a couple of friends along the way, right? I really like that fact. Look at these guys. Just a bunch of travelers now trying to all complete the same task. Not gonna lie, that quest still took quite a little while. Anyway, let's go ahead and say thanks to the people in the party. And leave the party right now as well, because it's been a little while already. But anyways, that quest still took me easily like 10 minutes or so. Next up, we'll have to go ahead and take out these scorpions, as well as a bunch of these desert strikers as well, and just try and take them out, do some damage to them, and loot their stuff. Oh man. There's like a massive, whatever that is. It's like a tornado type thing, but it's, I don't think I would be able to walk that closely to it, right? Although we've seen these water tornadoes as well in 1,000 Needles. These are definitely a little bit differently. They look to be like swarms of insects rather, if that makes any sense. Maybe that's just me though. Anyway, I need to go ahead and kill a whole bunch of these spiders as well. Make sure we loot whatever they have got to drop. There we go. We gotta get a couple of their fangs, as you can see. And the final one here as well. Finally managed to complete all of these quests here. They actually take quite a little bit of time, but right now we're gonna be able to turn in 4 of them at once, which should hopefully net us a whole lot of experience at the very least, and potentially even a level up. Although level up does take a pretty significant amount of time right now as well. What's going on, Windcaller Proudhorn? You have my sincere gratitude, she says. Your effort in helping Scenario on Hold have shown true courage. Thank you. Your performance has been truly exemplary so far, Loko. Well, hey, thanks. Our supply lines are not completely safe yet, however. In the absence of Dredge Strikers, their larger southern cousins will surely move in to take their place in the north. You have to kill quite a few Dredge Crushers to keep them at bay, but we cannot leave the safety of our supply lines to chance. Alrighty, well, if you just told me that right away, I would have gone ahead and given that to you. But anyway, hopefully at least the little goblin up here can figure out the antidote.
Interesting.
Are you done collecting the samples? We could lose Noggle any minute now. Cross your fingers, friend. Here's to hoping we can save Noggle.
Have a good one.
Blasted. These antidotes don't work. Noggle must have been stung by one of the stronger creatures in the far south. I'm going to need you to go there and get me some more samples, Loko. The good news is that since their poison is stronger, I won't require as many. The bad news is that there are more kinds of poisonous creatures crawling around the southern area, so you have to draw from a few more sources. Oh, I see how it is, Bagel Sprack. I wonder if this is just a ploy to try and, you know, get me to gather a whole bunch of poison. Because I'm not gonna lie, this seems a little suspicious. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk to these two Tauren over here as well. Him Whitemane, or Wildmane rather, that was a well-performed task. This was the one that gave us the task to kill the Geomancers. Your slaying of the Twilight Geolords must have dealt a grievous blow to the cult. Let us hope that their plans are now slowed. We have discovered another base of operations for the Twilight's Hammer. It's called the Twilight's Run. It is in a cave tucked in the northeast corner of Silithus. The local leader of the cult, Viral the Vile, haunts that cave. It is he who you must next defeat. When you have done this, bring me his signet ring. Fortune to you, Lowko. The horrors of Twilight's Run are formidable indeed. Okay then. And then we also have Boar Wildmane. Did you bring me some of the text? I did indeed. Excellent. I'll stash these away. Maybe they'll be useful later. Well, hey, thank you very much. And apparently, I can keep on bringing more and more text to Boar over here. I'm not entirely sure what is up in his tower. I mean, this is basically the highest point, I think, in the zone. And we gotta climb a little bit before we get up there, but I have no idea what to expect. Oh, hey, would you look at that? The captain of the guard, Vish Kozis, is going to be over here. Anyway, that is where I'm going to be ending this episode. We got a couple more levels to go to level 60, but once again, do let me know down below what profession you think I should pick up as my second primary profession in Legion, because I'm gonna have to invest a bunch of time in it, and I may as well pick something that you guys will enjoy seeing. Anyhow, I want to thank you all very much so for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one. Bye!